Food. It's the basic reason we work. Yes, we seem to become more urbanized every year. But most of our food still comes from agriculture. Agriculture is in our history and in our blood. India is the world's second largest producer of wheat, rice and sugarcane. India is the world's second largest harvester of fruits and vegetables. Indian vegetables account for 8.6% of global production, while Indian fruits account for 10.9% of global production. Despite India's impressive global ranking in terms of food output, India is still the world's hunger capital. 27% of the world's underfed and undernourished people are in India. And the gap between demand and supply will keep increasing. Because on the one hand, you have population growth, income growth, urbanization driving the demand for food. On the other hand, you have climate change, stressed natural resources, and poor information management constraining the supply of food. If we want to increase our food output, we will require new technologies that can boost the quantity and quality of our agricultural yields, cut agricultural waste, and make our farmers and crops more resistant to climate change. In fact, the International Food Supply Research Institute estimates that farming technology alone can boost yields by 67% and cut prices in half by the year 2050. I'm Manvi Dhillon and you're watching DuPont Presents The Power of Shunya, Quest for Zero. And today we're on a quest for zero crop failure. Joining me now is Professor Y.K. Alag, a man who needs little introduction. I'm going to put it simply, a man who's devoted his entire life to Indian agriculture, noted economist, played a huge role in policy making as well. Professor Alag, thank you very much for joining us. If you had to reflect on the state of Indian agriculture today, whether it's production challenges, whether it's technology, whether it's soil conditions, anything for that matter, what would you list as, key features of Indian agriculture today?
The challenge is changing. It's no longer gahu and chawal. It is now the Engels' law, which is that the growth of demand for non-grains is double that of grains, and of non-crop-based agriculture is even higher. So agriculture just doesn't mean crops, it also means animals, it means fish.
Okay, so two different directions you've set me off on. Let's talk about, whether or not we should still keep our eye firmly on grain. You're saying that's not where the story is any longer?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, listen, you have done it many times. If you give him a proper price, and the technology is pretty well known, he gives you as much of grain as you want. So we need to make those quantum jumps. Now, eggs, chicken, fish, milk, we are really not producing the cattle on a large enough scale to meet our animal husbandry needs. We are really not putting in enough to see to it that the farmer is able to meet the needs of going to the market. He is willing to do it. That's the big trend. But we have not as yet created the climate with which to do it. And the second thing that she or he is really facing is a shortage of land and water, which their father didn't. Our cropped area has stopped growing. Increase in double cropping will come only if you handle your water better. The area under irrigation is not going up. So he draws out water. And the other challenge is a market challenge. Then means that you have to link up with producers groups. You have to link up with cooperatives. You have to link up with companies which are willing to take a creative stance on this. The point is we need to build up systems which build up collaboration with the private sector at home, with the private sector abroad, but we need to drive it.
When you're standing in a field like this one, 150 kilometers from Bengaluru, the words that come to mind are remote, disconnected, off the grid. It implies that farmers here have no access to information. Timely information can be a lifeline for farmers and agricultural businesses in rural India. For example, imagine if farmers could check market prices and make offers. They could time their harvest and maximize their income. This mobile phone in my hand has the power to do all that and more. And two entrepreneurs from Bengaluru are helping this mobile phone live up to its promise. So now, armed with a mobile phone and a very clever application, farmers and agricultural businesses in rural India have access to timely information at their fingertips. If you want to know how this is unleashing a revolution, just keep watching. Agriculture is the mainstay of India's economy. And in this tiny village near Hassan, close to Bengaluru, it's a lifeline for farmer Rukman and farm manager Anil Kumar. Information is vital to ensure a quality harvest.
ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ರೋಗ ಏನು ಬಂತು, ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಏನು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಪ್ರೇ ಯಾವ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಆ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೇನಿದೆ ಈಗ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬೇಗ ಬೇಗ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಇನ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕೆಲಸನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
एक डिसीज़ आ गया, कुछ फ्लड की वजह से वो गिर गया, मतलब ख़राब हो गया फील्ड। नर्सरी डालते थे, वो फ्लड की वजह से ज़्यादा बारिश हो की वजह से नर्सरी ख़राब होता था।
Imagine if information was available at a farmer's field. Classmates and now co-founders of a smartphone application, Krishna Kumar and Kunal Prasad are filling a crucial information void with crop-in technology. This application is in use in 14 rural districts in India by farmers and companies engaged in agri-businesses. Describe what crop-in is.
So crop-in is a kind of a marriage between technology and agriculture. It helps you to connect, create a ecosystem where the farmer, the people who are trying to interact with the farmers, with the seed companies or contract farming companies, as well as the management, to keep in the loop, real time, what is the farmer issues, what he's trying to grow, when is the harvest, what are the pest attacks happening in the farm, so that you get a collective information and somebody can take a collective decision how to help the farmer and to get the quality.
Creating farmer profiles, registering a problem on field, and geotagging farms to prevent any loss of crops are some of the key features of the crop-in application.
Once the farmers are registered, they select a crop, like say this is a maize crop which the farmer is doing.
And we've got a sample right here in our hand.
And that's really nice. So once the farmer registers the crop, he selects a particular variety of crop. So what happens is the application smartly attaches a plan to the crop. So that means if you have done a maize crop, that means a package of practice is built for the maize crop, and that get automatically attached to the crop. So you know that from the day you have sown the maize crop, the 5th day what you have to do, the 10th day what you have to do. So there are very critical things which is important in the maize crop, like the germination percentage, what is the first time you have applied fertilizers. So all those details you have, the system automatically generates a list of activities which the farmer has to provide.
Let's get a sense of exactly what a farmer would do, what a field officer would do, and how the information would flow out and then come back to them in terms of advice.
What we tell the farmer is that what you assume is the acreage of this land is actually not true. So what you better do is you go and audit this particular area.
And how do they audit that?
it's
Does the Cropin Technologies app help in the
Yes.
auditing as well?
Correct. So it's a very smart application here. So there's just one click button. You just press area audit and you go to the corner of the plot. You just move around the plot and then you just say calculate area. That's it. And what it does, it smartly calculates, it geotags the entire plot. So from the time you're sowing, so the farmer is registering, the sowing, the seed is gone into the fields. So we know that what the farmer has done.
In a country feeding over 1.2 billion hungry mouths, Cropin Technology is aiming to be a farmer's best friend with its quest for zero farmer suicides and zero loss of crops. I suppose then you have the conviction that the work that Cropin Technologies is doing is going to help us move significantly towards the goal of Shunya or zero crop failure?
Yeah, even the cropping has the same goal, because we don't want any crop to fail now, because I don't want farmer to take life. That is one of one of our goals. We don't want to see like Indian farmers doing suicides. And what we also promised to this industry is like we are going to bring all the cutting edge technology in this sector.
For a sector in need of technology, Cropin seeks to provide the solutions. A powerful innovation that is revolutionizing Indian agriculture acre by acre, simply by changing the way farmers receive information. In one stroke, it eliminates all the risks associated with remoteness, poor connectivity, and long distances.